punishment shall be tickle fights.
Yay!
There ranch in the fridge, though?
Yeah, there is.
Okay. Can't eat it without the ranch.
I'm moving out.
What?
I'm moving out.
Why are you being weird today?
Why are you filming this again?
Stop.
If you thought the Green New Deal was epically moronical, you will not believe the insanity happening in Ireland. Farmers there are revolting against a proposal by the government to kill 200,000 cows, all to meet the EU's climate goals.
Elon Musk called out the absurdity, saying this really needs to stop. Killing some cows doesn't matter for climate change.
It's hysteria. I mean, what's very interesting about it, too, is that the EU is now almost 1/3 reliant on getting their meat from Brazil. And so instead of actually growing their own livestock and producing their own material for their own demand, they're going to be relying on other countries that don't have any of the policies that we have. They're going to be shipped across the oceans. This is completely absurd. If the actual goal is to reduce the amount of greenhouse gases, this will have no reduction in greenhouse gases at all.
Did spy balloon drop genetically altering substance on our U.S. corn crop fields? Well, all the reports I've heard of this new odd blight on corn have come from along the line of the path of the balloon. Some say it's akin to smut rot, but farmers such as this photo that was sent to me today are reporting otherwise. The White House is not commenting on the fact that these reports are coming almost in an exact line as where the balloon flew over America. In fact, they're saying it's just a coincidence. I will follow this story and keep you posted.
If you come down with a cold and flu-like symptom, just remember it is simply detoxification. It doesn't matter whether a virus creates it or whether cold air or anything alkaline creates it. That's the nature of chemistry. Remember, if you come down with a cold and flu-like scenario, your body is going to want to have a fever. That's important to eliminate through your skin. Your body's going to want to clean the sinuses out. And those that have a hard time with this are simply those that are severely dehydrated, those that drink a lot of milk, eat a lot of cheeses. And so when you come down with that, you want to immediately put yourself on fruits, berries, and melons. And that's all. Just live on fruits, berries, and melons, which hydrates you, alkalizes you, and allows your body to clean the mucus and congestion out. There's ways to go deeper if you're involved in deeper bronchial or lung issues, learning about the magic use of herbs and how to bring your body from Hellville to Wellville. So have fun with this. Don't look at it as a death sentence. And it's simply there for your benefit. It's just that there are those that do not understand that.
Saved there by Rachel, over to Lauren, back to Tanya. Not even fucking close. What a disaster. And now she's having a panic attack. I think she's throwing up gang signs.
Where are you from?
I'm from Sudan.
Tell me something most people don't know about Sudan.
Sudan actually has over 200 pyramids, which means it has more than Egypt, and they were built by the ancient Nubian civilization.
Search warrant on this home. Inside was James Knott, a man suspected to be involved in a network of people selling human remains online. Caroline Branham was at home asleep across the street, but her son's girlfriend was awake.
She got up at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning and saw all the blue lights and everything, and she still didn't know for sure what was going on.
According to court documents, when agents asked Knott if anyone else was inside his residence, he responded, "Only my dead friends." Once inside, the meaning behind those chilling words became clear to agents. During their search, they found 40 human skulls, spinal cords, femurs, and hip bones. Some of the skulls were used as decoration, one wearing a headscarf, another sitting on the bed where Knott slept.
It's a shock. When I heard this, you just never know who your neighbor is anymore.
But it doesn't end there. According to court documents, Knott was also selling human remains on Facebook under the alias William Burke. The FBI says Knott has been linked to a network of people in several states who are believed to be trafficking human remains. Some of the remains are believed to have been stolen from a mortuary in Little Rock, Arkansas, while others were allegedly taken by a morgue manager at the Harvard Medical School. Agents even finding a Harvard Medical School bag inside Knott's home. They also found weapons, ammunition, and materials to make destructive devices.
Where are you from?
Sudan.
Tell me something most people don't know about Sudan.
So there's currently an ongoing war in Sudan that just erupted in April between the two major generals in Sudan fighting over power. General Hameti, who is the head of a paramilitary group, and then General Burhan, who's the head of the Sudanese army.
So you just came back from Sudan?
Yes.
What was it like over there?
Scary to say the least. You never really comprehend the gravity of these things until you're in it.
I take the opportunity of wishing the East European cities well in the coming of the very early skiing season, and snow and ice that's come there, what of course is indicative of the fact that, as independent science has now confirmed, that the globe is actually cooling and has been cooling since 2002, broadly flat since 1998. So we're all talking about something here which isn't happening. I've heard time and time again members here talk of CO2 as a pollutant. A pollutant is a life-giving natural gas. It gives me the impression that some of our members haven't had the benefit of a formal education. Isn't this really just about the state being able to get its hand in ordinary people's trouser pocket to steal yet more tax from them? Isn't this all about political control? Isn't all this about politics and big business? The whole thing's a sham. This bogus hypothesis, this ridiculous nonsense that man-made CO2 is causing global warming. Enough, please, before we damage irrevocably the global economy.
Where are you from?
Nigeria.
Tell me something most people don't know about Nigeria.
The richest man in Africa is from Nigeria, Aliko Dangote, and we're ranked amongst the highest IQs in the world.
Where are you from?
Nigeria.
Tell me something most people don't know about Nigeria.
Jollof rice did not originate in Nigeria. It's from Senegal.
But what country has the best jollof though?
Yeah, Nigeria for sure.
Where are you from?
Nigeria.
Tell me something most people don't know about Nigeria.
They have a really rich mythology on par with that of Greek mythology.
I know about Shango. What about you?
There's Mami Wata, which, she's a mermaid and she's the goddess of the sea. And depending on who you talk to, she's depicted in different ways. She's a cool figure.
Ever wonder why Sleepy Joe was pushing for electric vehicles super hard over the last few years with seemingly no cause? And I guess he was doing it in the name of climate change, but I'm about to squash that really quickly. This is BHR Partners. They're an equity investment fund management company based out of Shanghai, China. They are controlled by the Bank of China Limited, and they have a partnership with none other than Hunter Biden. They deal with mergers, acquisitions, investment, and reforms of state-owned enterprise. As of 2017, their assets under management was about 12 billion yen. Not too shabby. And here are their founders up here. Oh, wait a second. Devin Archer, we know that name. How do we know that name? And here is where it all comes together. Hunter Biden helped facilitate the purchase of one of the world's richest cobalt mines for $3.8 billion in the Congo through this Chinese company. The competition between China and the U.S. in securing cobalt, a raw material used in electric vehicles. No way. You're telling me that he was using his presidential political influence to get you and I to buy electric vehicles to get his family filthy, stinking rich, and it had nothing to do with climate change at all? What? No. Let's take a look at some of these articles, shall we? The New York Times. The Washington Examiner. The New York Post.
Where are you from?
Ghana.
Tell me something most people don't know about Ghana.
Portuguese were the first ever country to come into Ghana to colonize, and that was in 1471. They were called Gold Coast before being called Ghana because there was a lot of gold in the country, and we were actually different colonies before we came into one.
This dad doesn't seem too happy.
Straight forever. It's going to be permanent. It's kind of like a...
Wait, why would you do that?
Yeah. It's just permanent. It's just going to go in.
Wow,
yeah.
Straight hair?
Yeah. Just relax, babe.
You're making her hair straight. Do you want to explain?
No.
What is that stuff?
It's a relaxer. It goes in the hair and it makes it straight.
Yeah, I know, but I like her hair, I like her hair curls.
It doesn't
It's
matter.
nice.
It's already done anyway.
Where are you from?
Ghana.
Tell me something most people don't know about Ghana.
So we had a queen called Yaa Asantewaa who led the Ashanti rebellion against the British colonialism, and she also helped like hide the golden stool against like away from the British people. Yeah, so it's still hidden today.
It's educating, it's hopefully elevating the content that, you know, we partnered with Google, for example. If you Google climate change, you will, at the top of your search, you will get all kinds of UN resources. We started this partnership when we were shocked to see that when we Googled climate change, we were getting incredibly distorted information right at the top. So we're becoming much more proactive. You know, we own the science, and we think that the world, you know, should know it, and the platforms themselves also do.
Okay, wait, what is this? The largest retirement community in the world, where you have to be 55 or older to live here, and is rumored to be the STD capital of America, with over 125,000 old people using loofahs to put on their golf carts to signal what they're into.
You know what they say, nobody gives a Hummer like a gummer.
But
Where are you from?
I'm from Ghana.
Tell me about someone from Ghana who's made a big impact on the world.
I would say Kwame Nkrumah. He was part of the Big Six. He was the first president of Ghana, led Ghana to the first country, African country of independence, I think. Yeah.
Waka Waka it's a dear song to me. You know, it came to me in the most unexpected way. I was taking a few days off in my farming in Uruguay, and I walked from the barn to the house, and on that walk, boom, it came to me. I got the lyrics and the music. I arrived to the house. I was like, I got it, I know this is it.
Where are you from?
Mauritius.
Tell me something most people don't know about Mauritius.
So Sega is our music, Mauritian music. Sega was formed by slaves trying to entertain themselves. The island was formed after a volcano eruption.
So this week is Lesbian Visibility Week, and as the first openly queer person to...
Gas is $3.50 a fucking gallon right now. A gallon of milk is more than a gallon of gas. A pack of chicken is $20. Do you really think Americans give a flying fuck if Susan is scissoring Stephanie or not? We don't give a fuck. Why is the White House so obsessed with sex right now? All we hear is LGBT, trans, lesbians, gay. Who gives a fuck? We don't care. Nobody is infringing on your rights. Nobody is bothering you guys. You don't see fat people walking around waving little Debbie flags going, Fat People Visibility Month. Like, nobody fucking cares. Get with the real issues and stop worrying about who's fucking who. It's ridiculous.
There is no 5-year-old in this world that is explicitly gay, lesbian, transgender, or even heterosexual. Small children don't think about sex and sexuality unless they have been groomed to do so by an adult. These are the facts.
Roseanne Barr, did you see what she said today? She said she doesn't see a 2024 election even happening in the United States.
I don't think we're going to have no election.
You want to bet money?
I'll bet.
How much?
I'll bet big. I don't think we're going to have no election.
$1,000.
All right.
Shake hands.
I do not want to hear that.
I mean, it's possible because if Russia does technically declare war or we declare war, then he can stay in.
Right, he could declare martial law, or you could literally go into the War Powers Act, which then takes him out of the occasion, and then you have an entire emergency set up right now.
I am
so shook after starting to read this book and exposing the insane number of toxic chemicals, carcinogens, endocrine disruptors, PFAs that are present in the clothes that we wear every single day. I'm sure you've started to hear all about the devastating environmental impact of the fast fashion industry, not to mention the incredibly problematic and frankly disgusting labor practices of companies like Shein. But what's absolutely horrifying to me about what's being exposed in this book are the toxins that are present in uniforms, in name brand clothing that we typically would consider to be safe to wear. And then I came across this video that basically made me want to gouge my own eyes out with a fork.
There are forever chemicals in the crotch region of Lululemon leggings and the leggings of many other companies. These are PFAs, called forever chemicals. We know they can be absorbed through the skin, which is crazy when you think about the fact that they're concentrated in the crotch region of leggings like these. These chemicals are associated with hormone disruption, with cancers, with thyroid, kidney, and liver damage in humans, and they're in our clothing.
Not to be the bearer of the tinfoil hat news here, that there may be an ulterior motive behind the agenda. After all, what benefit could possibly exist from needing us to rely on pharmaceuticals, largely for cancer, that people are developing because of compounds found in our food and our skincare and our cleaning supplies, and now even the leggings that we wear to work out to avoid being sick? Just one example, but worth thinking about, isn't it?
Keith Archibald hopes he can convince the children on the other side of this door to open up.
These police officers are here to check on you guys.
Officers want to get into the one-bed extended stay unit after meeting up with the children's father, Travis Doss, and their stepmother, Amanda Stamper, across the street.
So when the little man listened to my voice, I said, you can look at me, it's okay. We all friends here.
Archibald's attempt works, and the young boy unlocks the door.
You don't want me to come in with y'all? Come in with them? Okay.
Okay, hey, just be careful.
Come on, everything's all right. Your mom and dad, it's okay.
What they would find haunts Keith to this day. 6 children alone, 2 boys locked in this cage.
I'll break it open. I got it. You okay?
I'm gonna hold the lock for you.
Archibald and Metro officers work to free the 9 and 11-year-olds, one badly beaten, covered in wounds.
Stand back.
He breaks the lock.
Come on.
All right, baby, come on. You okay, sweetie?
The 6 children led outside to freedom.
Oh, baby, come on. Okay, sweetie.
What made you feel like they would listen to you?
It was God with me on that one. Something told me to talk to these kids because I'm a father myself.
Archibald said he'd seen Doss and Stamper and several children before, but never spoke to them. He never worked in the unit and had no idea what he would find when he crossed that threshold. He says he doesn't know.
Yes. Good.
You and your family do to cut back on plastics?
We have recently switched to drinking water bottles out of when we have water bottles out of plastic. Away from plastic towards paper, like drink box water bottles, sort of things.
I need to ask you about that because that's like a wave right now. Like
Yeah.
the honey, these pills, Cialis, Viagra, and dudes that are 25, 30 years old are taking them and they think it's like,
And they're going to get a heart attack when they 50.
That's what
or
I
they're
feel.
going to go blind when they 60 years old because you are forcing the adrenals and you are forcing blood to your penis. So you're repressurizing blood to basically shoot down to your penis area to get that hard on. And that's the reason why the side effects be a heart attack. It'd be high blood pressure, which can make you go blind because all that biometric pressure build up in the back of your optic nerve. It can blow an optic nerve. Now you can't see no more. You know what I'm saying? You see heart palpitations happen from it. You see liver damage happening from these things. So you got to be real careful with what I would call fake stimuli, man, because it's long-term side effects that come from these things when all you got to do is do it natural and play by the laws of nature. When you play by the laws of nature, sometimes you got to have patience and it take longer, but you have longevity and you live long.
Naps don't help when your soul is tired. So
I don't agree with the moderator nor Reverend Robinson that we want some kind of agreement. We want agreement by which we can live or die. You choose. I have spoken to you a lot of times in hatred and anger, and you have not heard me. Well, you had better hear me today. It's because you consider me a vagabond leader that I'm not to speak here. Well, you had better cut those neckties off of them black boys that you put in their districts, because they don't know what's happening. And I'm from the pits of nigger hell, and I know what's happening. If you won't listen to me when I make an appeal for the Negroes because you have no concern for the Negroes, listen to me when I make an appeal for America. You claim you love America. Well, we love America. But you are driving us back and you are making a Samson out of us, and we are going to pull down the pillars. Should you try to pretend that I'm crazy because I want America to be saved? Riots that goes on in this country, in any city. The city is better than Pittsburgh. And then you think we have no right to ask for something? Is it too much to ask you to grant us human dignity? Should we be put down and shot to death for this request? If so, you can aim your guns. What the hell do you think we care about dying if you're going to deny us the right to live?
Jordan getting a Nike contract, I don't think that has anything to do with the masses of our people today or yesterday. And the fact that he has that is because Watts blew up, is because there were mobilizations, is because there were organizations. That is why he has a Nike contract, not because he plays basketball so well, though he does, and this is not to isolate him, but to talk about we can't deal with stars and movie stars or events. But I would like to get back just to the question of the reference back to this issue of black power. I think that the consciousness is high. I have seen that consciousness. But the poverty and the isolation and the racism is more embedded in this country because it's in the fabric of this country. This culture of racism has passed down through to this day. It has never been addressed seriously other than by black people. And now we have Aretha Franklin singing at the inaugural and all is okay. No, that is not okay. So I don't care how many black mayors there are in America.
Ghost Dog. I don't know, a lot of these black guys today, these gangster type guys, they all got names like that they make up for themselves.
Huh. He means like the rappers. You know, the rappers, they all got names like that. Snoop Doggy Dogg, Ice Cube, Q-Tip, Method Man. My favorite was always Flavor Flav from Public Enemy.
I don't know anything about that. But it makes me think about Indians. You know, they got names like Red Cloud, Crazy Horse, Running Bear, Black Elk.
That kind of shit. Yeah, Indians, niggas, same thing.
Next time that bloody white man calls you a boy, don't run up to him and lick his ass like we all do. Turn back and face him. White man, I'm a man, not a boy. Listen, I'm not saying that pride is not a way for us black people. But all I say is shit on our pride. If only we're bluffing ourselves that we are men. You just remind me of my father's head. You're just like the old man's head. A special navy blue Stetson hat wrapped in a plastic bag to keep the dust off. My father puts it right on top of the wardrobe. Sundays, he puts on his diamond black suit. Then comes the special hat. As my father walks down the stairs, me and my mother, we watch him through the lace curtain. And both we say, there goes the man. As he walks down the stairs, down the street, and that bloody big police van stops, and the white man shouts again, come here, boy. Off comes that hat. Boss, Meneer, is this what you call pride? Take mine and give me bread for my children.
The research says that black women, when we do the same diets as white women, we lose less weight and we lose it slower, even when we're following the diet than our white women counterparts. And what public health practitioners think is that our stress responses in the body change our metabolism. It's literally that the racism that you're experiencing and the struggle to make ends meet actually means the diet don't work for you the same.
Elwyn Warhorse Gillum is the chief of the Choctaw Indian tribe. When Katrina arrived, Gillum and part of her tribe fled to Arkansas. The chief is fighting now to bring her tribe back to Louisiana.
My people been here forever. This is home. This is my motherland. My burial grounds are here, not too far up the road. I tend the burial grounds, me and my family. Most of my history is passed down to me under that tree right there. The things I lost, money came by. I lost the trees. I lost my animals. The old cypress still made it. I love that cypress tree. My grandfather always would tell me about that cypress, never cut that cypress. And the storm didn't even take it down. We're going to have to heal ourselves just like this tree doing.